today's live stream. Welcome. Hello Stan. Stan is cool. Hello Amber. Welcome along. So, let's get in the right order. So a slight problem. Actually, what's my scissors? Where's my scissors gone? Oh, well, this is not very convenient. What's happened to my scissors? Oh, I think I know what I'm doing. Yep, I was correct. Took them into the kitchen. Use them in there. So, I'm doing fine, thank you very much. Amber, how are you doing? How's everybody else doing? It's tough times at the moment, but so I labelled this one the final live stream, question mark, because we don't know how long these are going to go on for, these live streams. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to do more, but who knows? Junk out of the way. So, hello David. Hi Queen Pig. Why might this be your last live? Well, I was speaking to the bank today and they don't know whether they're going to be there this time next week. Still open and still operating, basically. Obviously with the financial problems as well as the health, or the NHS issues, and health issues in general. Nothing is certain anymore, so we may not be able to get coins this time next week. But they may restrict the coins purely to certain businesses, which I think is probably the most likely, initially at least. So that's why I'm saying it might be the last one. I was a bit unsure whether I'd even get some today, but managed to get some, so. But certainly there was nobody around in town when I was in town trying to get some coins. Amber, yeah, I'm doing alright, keeping myself locked away, says Amber. Yep, it's the best place, keeping people separated, social distancing and all that sort of stuff. Even if you haven't got the virus, it might be a good idea. Hello Laura Phillips. Make sure everyone likes this video, she says. Thanks for that, Laura. We haven't started yet. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I don't know if you can hear in the background, there's some noise. My boiler's playing up and it's making an awful racket sometimes. Actually, it's not as bad now as it was earlier. It does tend to ease off, so you may not be able to hear it. But anyway, I think what we're going to do, we're going to go straight into the £2 coins actually, and then go for the 50p's thereafter. We have got some sealed bags, and I know that can be a bit of an issue sometimes with my live streams. sealed bags don't always help us out. Well, they should do, but they don't always. So we'll go with that. And in the meantime, just cover your ears while they empty the bag. I don't think I need to count really, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. Correct. We do have the correct number of bags. And as I said, they are all sealed bags. So let's get the camera in position. I just realised I wasn't on the camera. So yeah, so it's one of those times when everything doesn't seem normal at the moment. I've actually already done some coin hunting myself earlier. I looked through some 10p's, which I managed to get, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to look through them myself. I'm not going to bother waiting for everybody to arrive for the live stream, because I didn't think there was going to be much in them, and guess what, there wasn't anything in them, so I'm glad I didn't wait in the end. So let's just get my camera closer so I can actually get you in focus and everything. So yes, obviously before we start, I'll just mention the fact that we did have a new coin release today, which I don't think went very well, looking at the comments and everything from everybody else. Obviously the last ever, apparently, Peter Rabbit coin, with Raw Mint released at 9 o'clock this morning, and I noticed that there's still, well, they had the queuing system, and you know how I love the queuing system, but yes, it seemed like there was a queue and then nobody bought anything, so because the queue was like, I think when I went back into it, I thought, oh, let's see how many thousands of people there are in there, and there was 18 people in the queue. So that wasn't the plan, I don't think. So let's start. So £2 coins. First thing up, I'm going to look at and see what we can find. And let's angle the camera correctly so the lighting's right, and hopefully it will focus. So we'll see what we can find. Yes, oh, there's the first one. There's Brunel Achievements, Brunel's Arches, Paddington Station, and put it there. So I don't know if anybody actually bought the Peter Rabbits from this morning. But I don't think there was that many that bought them, to be honest. There was only 3 versions. There's the gold, the silver proof, and the brilliant uncirculated. I think the gold had 500 in the list, and there was no extras either. the silver proof in the acrylic had, what was it? I think it was 14,500 in that presentation, 15,000 in total, which seems a lot. But I suppose, oh, there we are, there's a second one. Yeah, there's Lord Kitchener, and we can also check to see whether it's one of the, no it's not, it's not one of the mule coins. Mule coin without the denomination on the back, but it's a common one if it's not a mule, so that's all it is really. Yep. So, nothing in that one. Oops. Well, not very chatty this evening. Ooh, I thought there would be something there, just as I was turning it over. There's the Shakespeare's Histories. That's quite a decent quality condition coin as well. I mean, it's only 2016, but yeah, that's the first above face value. I have to apologise for my hands as well, because I haven't had a manicure lately, and what with all the hand washing and stuff that you have to do these days, they're not in the best condition, especially in this cold weather we've got today. It's really cold, dull. Actually, it's almost the last day of winter, I believe, official last day of winter. So oh, there we are. There's another one. That's, oops, upside down. Another DNA double helix. Well, the first one for tonight, but it's not above face value, unfortunately. Oops, just checking. Okay. Well, I think that, ooh, that was a bit shiny. Is that 2015? Oh, see, not even tell. I can't even tell. What is that one? I don't even know what year that one is. I don't know what's happened to that one. I'll have a look at that one later. There's another Brunel Arches. Second one of those. And ooh, that's a nice 2008. Keep that one to one side as well. Look at that one later. Doesn't look like it's been damaged at all, really. Well, obviously it has, so it's in circulation, but just doesn't look like it. So, no, nothing in there. And hopefully we're not going to repeat again these issues with the seal bags. My suspicion is that these seal bags aren't proper seal bags, but just a suspicion. Because they come from the same bank. Each week. Well, not each week, but most weeks. So, there we are, another D-Day celebration, St. Paul's, so another, that's the first one of this stream. Oh, there's another there, another Brunel arches. Hello, Duncan Collects. Good evening. So I started a live stream before. Oops. Volume right up. I started one before, but for some reason things didn't go according to plan. So I started again, but obviously I've already opened a few bags, so we'll start again. So, £2 coins. I found one above face value, the Shakespeare's Histories. The rest of them are all fairly standard fare, really. Put onto that one. Try to hit the nail in with that one. Another Brunel arches. Now I think I said on the thing it was set for Friday, which may account for it, but some people saw it, so I don't quite understand. So Duncan, it may have been that I set it to the wrong date, but it's still online, but it's just that it doesn't come up, it doesn't notify people, I don't think, if I do that wrong. But I don't know why the default is always tomorrow. It should be today, surely. Anyway, I sorted it now, I think. So if that was the issue. Ooh, there's two nice ones there. There's a DNA double helix, and look at this one. This one is not a common one at all, and it's in fairly good condition as well. That's the King James Bible. That is quite an uncommon coin. I don't see that one very often at all. I mean, the mintage figures are roughly the same as quite a few of the others, but actually I think that one and the Mary Rose maybe are quite difficult to find. So anyway, that's the King James Bible. That is a really good find. And it's in a sealed bag, so that's a nice one. Yep, that's not one that I find very often at all. fact, it's probably one of the least. I mean, I think I've found more Commonwealth Games £2 than I have those. In collectively, I mean. Well, that's made it worthwhile on its own. Oh, and another one as well. There's an underground roundel as well. That's quite a good find as well. Not in the same league as the King James Bible, but that's above face value. That's 3 above face value finally. We've had one of these with sealed bags and some fines. I don't know what happened to the previous weeks with the sealed bags. They didn't do so well. And there's an awful lot of these. I don't know why there's so many of these DNA double helix coins. That's the third one. So, yes, as I said, I was talking to somebody. I think they left because I didn't find anything in the first couple of bags. Oh, there's another one. Another Lord Kitchener. Why does it not focus on this Lord Kitchener one? Okay. There we are. There's the Lord Kitchener again. And as we mentioned last week, there's a potential mule, but that's not it. £2 under the Queen there indicates it's a standard coin, so it's not the mule. But I've looked through, I think it must be over 50 now, so I've got away now, and I haven't found one, so I think they're fairly uncommon, should we say. I don't think there's many of them. Not what I was expecting to find them in just 50 coins, but there's the Charles Darwin coin. Then that's another, supposedly another common one. We don't find it that often, to be fair. But yeah. There's one. Florence Nightingale. Put the right way up. I always forget which way up it's supposed to be. Florence Nightingale. Again, not above face value, but a different coin, another find. Ooh, one's just fallen, the bag's just fallen on the floor. So I did put a video up earlier for the Peter Rabbit coin as well. The release from earlier today from the Royal Mint, which I don't think went very well from comments I've seen. But they had the queuing system, but I keep telling them queuing system puts people off. It doesn't encourage people to buy. So they don't listen to me. Do they listen? No. What's happened to that one? Oops. Just clicked on something and I've lost chat. Right. Well, suddenly gone quiet again. As I... Ooh! What was I saying? I was just saying, how amazing is that? I was just saying how rare these are to find. No, I didn't buy a Peter Rabbit, Duncan, because I didn't like the design. plus the cost. I mean, they're still quite high. The price of silver's come down, the price of gold's come down as well slightly. Not that I was going to buy a gold one, but you know, they haven't reduced the price. They've released it on the worst possible day, probably. Anyway, that is a massive find. In the same bag as well, and seal bags, which I don't normally get good results from this bank. But that is a Mary Rose. Now, just have to make sure it's a genuine one before I get too excited. Yeah, it looks like it's had wear and tear on it. What's I don't know what that is actually on the side. I've never. Oh! Oh no! I was looking at that one. I didn't even notice that one in my hand. So not only did we get a Mary Rose in that bag, but we also got a London Underground train. So that's a set for the London Underground. We got the roundel and the train now, and a Mary Rose. That's six. That's 5 above face value, and 2 of them are fairly rare ones as well. And I don't often get a set of London Underground trains, for that matter. I don't know. Yes, this is a good bag. Duncan says, I like the colour design, but I can't justify buying silver just for the colour. No. Well, I wouldn't necessarily buy just because you like it. Anyway, it's not. It's something you need to be able. You know, if you're collecting Beatrix Potter's coins, then collect Beatrix Potter coins. But I wouldn't collect just a single coin in a set, to be honest. Anyway, apparently some people didn't like what I said earlier about the design. I think the designer unsubscribed from me or something. Emma Noble, is it Emma Noble? Emma, I think it's Emma Noble. She's designed some good coins, and you know the previous ones, like the 2018 Beatrix Potter set was a brilliant set, I think. And a couple of other people have said that they've seen other designs, but they haven't released them. And yet they released the one that was probably the least likely to do well. Anyway, I don't want to get on my high horse again, but I didn't think it was a very good design. The timing was awful, and yeah, I think they might have to revisit their release schedule with the economy as it is. Oh, there's a 2010 as well. Each to their own, as they say. Yeah, I'm not saying that other people shouldn't buy things because I don't like it. I'm not a collector of Beatrix Potter stuff, so I'm not that fussed about it in general. But yeah, I didn't think it was a very good design. Well, most especially in the brilliant uncirculated and the gold. The colour version, okay, but it wasn't the best design overall. And I was hoping that they were gonna, well, didn't really mind that much, but I was thinking they were probably going to do a better design for the last one. You go out with a bang, as it were. Anyway, not the right reason, I don't think, in this economy. Obviously, they didn't know about the economy itself when they decided to release it. So it's a fairly recent thing. 2010. And is it a DDO 2010? No, doesn't look like it is. Of course it would help if it would focus. Oh dear. Focus, wasn't it? Yeah. No, it's not a DDO, is it? Don't know why. I haven't found one on stream yet. I still haven't found one on stream. Oh well, never mind. Ooh, there's another one. I'm finding a lot of these today. This is Brunel's Arches. Is that 5? Yeah, there's 5 of them already. So we're coming to the end now of these. We've got some 50p's as well to go through. Oh, there's another one. It's the Abolition of the Slave Trade. Again, not above face value. Oh, and another one as well. All of a sudden, I'm getting loads of finds. There's Charles Dickens. So we haven't found that many coins actually overall, but found quite a few decent ones. Oh, there's another Charles Dickens. So second one. And last couple of bags. These £2, and then go on to the 50p's. I know people don't particularly like watching £2 £2 hunts, but I like doing £2 hunts, so tough. I don't have to stream them, I suppose, but I just thought I'd share. But as I said, there may not be any more live streams after this one. So if you're hoping for some more, who knows what's going to happen next week. Oh, not another one. Another Brunel Arches. 6 of those. I think that's it. Oh no, there's a DNA double helix as well. That's what's that? 4 of those as well. Duncan saying I'm happy to watch anything going stir crazy. Well, this is week 1 or week 2 really. We're talking about 14 weeks of this, so I think you will be going stir crazy by the end, well we all will by the end of 14 weeks at least. Well, I say 14 weeks, that's an average. Some of them are saying it's going to be 25 weeks. So, I don't know. Basically until September. So, we've problem is with this government, I don't think they've actually grasped the nettle yet, from what I was seeing or hearing today. So I don't know which one's going to be the find of the bag actually. Is it going to be the Mary Rose or is it going to be the King James Bible? I think it's going to have to be the Mary Rose, purely on the design, I think. Don't you think? I think those are the two finds. Anyway, the other three are fine, but they're not the best finds. Oops. Destroying the house. Now this one is, I thought I'd use this one because I don't know if you can tell. Can you tell? Yeah. It's got, I don't know where it comes from exactly, but the date is 26/19. So that is getting on for a year old. 9 months anyway. So I thought I'd go for this one on the 50p's. Sometimes some of the older bags actually have the old, some of the older coins in. Yep, that's an old date, which is why I thought I'd choose this one to go, rather than the one that the other one I've got is like the February one, I think it is. So I think it's February because it's very difficult to tell. But anyway, so I thought I'd go with this one as the next one for the 50p's. Well, I hope it will be, because that was about the date. The June date was about the first time. The June date, 20th of the 6th, 19, was about the first time I found the Kew Gardens. I can't remember the exact date. I'd have to check, but it could be almost identical dates. So I don't know is the answer, but I'm hoping. Yeah, not open. Bear with me a second while I open the bag. Cover your ears. Oops. I've got some different bags in here as well. Oh no, they've been taped. Some of them have been taped. That means they've probably come from a post office. Well, perhaps in that case they probably haven't been. They've probably been searched on. They've all been well, all of them, not all of them, but most of them have been taped. So actually, yeah, all of them. Some of them have just come undone, which is not a very good thing to do, to be honest. Not a very good thing at all. This one hasn't been taped actually, so we'll start with that one. It's fate. The stars are aligning. Duncan's saying no. I don't think they are actually, but we'll have a look. I've got a feeling these have been searched, that's why they're all taped. Oh, that's quite a shiny one though. That's the first one. That's Roger Bannister, the 4-minute mile. It's actually quite a shiny coin as well. So that is perhaps a good sign. Perhaps they haven't been searched. Ooh, look at that! The first bag. And we found an NHS. Now these haven't been searched, or at least this bag hasn't. I don't know about the others. The others probably have, just to annoy me. But that's an NHS 50th anniversary coin. That's a brilliant. Actually, it's in fairly decent condition as well. That's above face value just. So perhaps they are aligning, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Can't really tell. Ooh, and there's a public libraries as well. If it'll focus on it. They're a common one, but I like to find these. Weirdly, these are often in fairly good condition, you know. Oh, and there's a... This is... Oh, come on, focus. This is a Victoria Cross medals. That's in really good condition as well. It could be that these have all been in somebody's collection and they were just dumping them. Because all four of those are in reasonably good condition. Not in perfect, but in reasonably good condition. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. It's probably okay, but most of these other ones have been taped. That's the problem. This one's come undone, but we'll see. If it has anything in this one, that will give us the indication as what there's likely to be in the rest of them. I think hasn't got anything in it, then it could be that they're all been searched. And guess what? That one's got nothing in it. So that's not a good sign then, because that was the only one with a different bag, different. Yeah, I don't know which one of these are. Which one of these? I don't know which one of these are actually. That first one has a different bag, an older bag, so that might not be a good sign. But we found something, so irrespective if we don't find anything else now. I don't think we are going to find anything else, are we? Ooh, no, we do. We are going to find something else. There's a Paddington at the station. That's Paddington at the station. Drop damage? Oh no, it's just the way the light's hitting it. And Paddington says, see, they are aligning. Well, one swallow doesn't make a summer, as they say. We'll see. But mind you, I can't get the things open if they tape them. I think I'm going to have to use scissors to snip this tape. I don't want to tear the bag, because then the coins are going to go everywhere. So, ooh, there's a Benjamin Bunny. That's not one that we want to find particularly, but what's that? Yeah, oh, 97. Looks too shiny for a 97. There's another 97. I think some of these may be, you know, some people's collection. I don't think that one's that spectacular, but it did catch my eye, so I put it to one side. Just a 97, but We'll see what we find. It would be brilliant to find something like a. I don't expect to find a Q, but an Olympic or something. Oh, there's a, well, not quite an Olympic, Girl Guides, guiding, whatever I like to call it. Oh, oops, and a Christopher Ironside. Would be nice to find an Olympic, maybe. A wrestling would be good, because I haven't found one of those in a long time. I have to unzip, I have to snip these. It puts tape on bloody. It's not good at all. I don't know how to fold a bag, then they shouldn't be using these bags in the first place, really. Difficult. Oh dear. Nothing in this one, that's it. No. It's difficult to do this, and I can't do it on camera because there's not enough space between the camera and that. I've got the scissors on. Oh, I see one already. And this one. There's a. Oops! I just realised I knocked the camera. There's a representation of the P-plate. Right off. Oh, and there's a 2017 Peter Rabbit. Talking of Peter Rabbits. Oh, another Peter Rabbit. It's in better condition. You can tell these haven't been out much lately because that's in fairly good condition for 2017. Well, I don't know where everybody is today. Nobody's turning up. I don't know if I upset somebody. I think I probably upset somebody for mentioning that I didn't like Peter Rabbit. They don't like it. It's tough. Ooh, another Peter Rabbit. See? Peter Rabbit's coming out of my ears. As it were. Wow. It's not a good sign when all the finds are in the first bag though. Decent finds, didn't they? There's another Peter Rabbit. I mean, Peter Rabbit. Another Benjamin Bunny, I should say. This one's obviously been opened, and they've used an old bag with holes everywhere, which isn't very clever. Oh! Oh! Another NHS! Well, that's surprising. In fact, if anything, that one's in better condition than the first one. Perhaps they weren't collecting NHSs, they decided to dump them all. I think that might be what's happened, actually. They didn't realise that they were collectible. There's another Benjamin Bunny. But this is annoying. Snipping the cellotape off. So another Benjamin Bunny. I think they might have actually been searched, you know. And I think that's what's happened, is that they didn't realise that the NHS ones were collectible ones. Not that they're worth a great deal of money, obviously, but I don't know what they were last year. I think they must have been, yeah, they were above face value even in June last year. I think that must have upset somebody. Mind you, some people are a bit quick these days to get upset. There's a Peter Rabbit, and that's in nice condition as well, actually. Well, I don't see there's going to be a queue in here, but as I've said before, and I'll say again, I have found a queue twice, and both times it was in bags with not a lot else in. So this is another Peter Rabbit, so this is definitely somebody's dump. I think he's dumping all the Peter Rabbits and Benjamin Bunnies. Oh, Peter and People's Act. Sometimes this can pay off, sometimes it doesn't, but I don't think it particularly has paid off in this case, but I'm not all the way through yet, so anything can happen. See, there's another Peter Rabbit. Definitely a lot of those in here. More of those than there are Benjamin Bunnies, anyway. There's a People Act. Thought I'd seen that one in the bag as I was opening it. Second one of those. These 2019, so these are obviously not really old coins. They've got the 2019 coins in there. Slightly disappointing after the start we had. Another Benjamin Bunny though. have the suspicion that coin collecting isn't as popular as it was a year ago either. Just a suspicion. I don't know if it's because everybody thought they were going to find a few gardens, you know, after searching 3 or 4 bags of coins. Not sure. And when they realised they weren't going to find one very easily. Oh, there's a nice coin as well. Let me use that, 2005. Keep that one to one side as well, just to see. I definitely think some of these have been in someone's collection at some point. Everybody's very quiet today. Not seen any chatting going on very much, apart from Duncan. What are you all collecting? Another one. 2004. That's good. Duncan's eating his dinner. Yeah, don't talk and eat at the same time, Duncan. Thanks for chatting there. It's not been that busy recently, actually. And as I said, I think I've upset somebody. Which I can do quite easily. Another Peter Rabbit. This is slightly annoying, slightly disappointing. Finding all the finds in the first bag, or say all the finds. 2 or 3. Well, actually, it was only 1 really. There's some nice coins that look like it was a coin dump of some description. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, sure I got severely interrupted. Oh, there's another Roger Bannister, 4 Minute Mile. Not such a good condition coin, that one. It was the first one. But as I was saying, this may be the last stream that I do for a while, at least. Because apparently not so many people are watching it anymore. I've had a couple of bad weeks, that's why, I think. Oh. I have to cut this bag because this really annoys me when they do this. Why do they do this? There's no need to do this at all. Wasting plastic as well. Right, oh well. Perhaps there's something in here that they didn't want me to find. That's what I'm hoping. Perhaps not. Oh! There is something in there they didn't want me to find. Battle of Britain. Now, it's not a massive find, but it is a find. It is above face value, just about 75p I think for these coins. But there is also a chance that it's not adjacent. No, it's not a chance at all. There is a possibility that that one's an IRB, but it's not. So, as I suspected it wouldn't be. So, I'm coming up towards the end of the things now. What have we got? 1, 2, 5 bags. Is that? That one's got quite a big hole in the side of the bag as well. There's no need to tape bags up, to staple them. Some places staple them. Absolutely no point. No. That's the only other find we're going to find in these. I'm slightly disappointed, I must admit. I saw 2019 on there. I was hoping they were untouched coins, but obviously not, because all the bags have been taped up, so they've obviously come back into the, possibly the post office. I think the post office is the one that tapes or staples the coins mostly. Oh, there's a nice side find as well. Benjamin Britten. Now I do like this design, others apparently don't, but I do like this design. Not my favourite, but I do quite like it. Oh, another one. I wasn't even looking at that one. That's not in brilliant condition, but looks like someone spilt their coffee on it. But there's a 2014 Commonwealth Games. That one's not technically above face value. I don't know that. Oh, an Olympic! Yay! So there is something in these. It's only a cycling. It's not the best find that you can have in the Olympics, but it's a cycling Olympic. So there was something in there, and it's in decent condition as well. Sometimes the cycling ones, because you've got a big field in the back, which obviously sometimes gets damaged. So that's definitely, I think that must be definitely the find of the stream so far. This is another one. But yeah, that makes it worthwhile in the end. Don't think the same. There's always. I don't know if I missed that. I don't remember reading it. It says always make sure I'm eating. Means I don't have to talk to the wife. Oh dear. Gonna get yourself into trouble. So there's a Mr. Jeremy Fisher. Actually, we haven't had a Tom Kitten. We haven't made the. I don't know why to put those there. If you put those there, there's just space for a Tom Kitten, but it doesn't look like we might not find one. You know? Well, a couple of bags left. That one's got a hole in it, so leave that one to last. I'm going to find Another Olympic? Probably not. Well, nothing in that one at all, but what's that? So this is the last bag. This one's already... Oops, the tape's already come off on this one, so... And it's got a really hole in it, so I don't even know if it's got the correct number of coins in it, but... let's have a count. 1, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, yeah. So it's got the correct number of coins in. But there's nothing in there, apparently. Oh well, never mind. We tried. Well, so definitely the find of the stream was the Olympic cycling, in decent condition as well. But I like the NHSs as well, 2 of those. Benjamin Britten, Battle of Britain. Weirdly, too many Britons. Not such a good find overall as I was hoping, to be honest. But anyway, that's it. So I've done a bag of each, £2 and 50p's, and we did find a few good finds in the £2 in particular. I was quite pleased with that because we found a couple of decent finds, eh? Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. Obviously everybody's gone into isolation or something, I think. Not a lot of chatting going on today, so I'll leave it at that. I may be back next week, but chances are I probably won't, to be honest. There may not be any more live streams. I will still, if I can, I will still do some coin hunts if I can, film them and put them out as separate videos, but I can't guarantee that there'll be any live streams next week, unfortunately. Anyway, thanks for tuning in if you did, and I'll see you next time, hopefully, whenever that may be.